Hey guys, how's it going? So I logged on to League today after seeing the Pyke champion teaser a couple days ago. Not knowing too much about him, I just found out actually earlier today that he's supposed to be a support. And they just released the details about his abilities and stuff, so we're going to go over here and see exactly what kind of support he's going to be. Looks like a very aggro support. I don't know if he's going to work like an assassin or if he's going to completely buck the trend and do something interesting. So we'll see here. Okay, so passive, Gift of the Drowned Ones. When Pyke is unseen, he rapidly regenerates some of the health he recently lost to enemy champions. Okay, enemy champions. That doesn't say minions. That doesn't say towers. That doesn't say objectives. So it doesn't look like it's going to work exactly like Tom Kench, like the gray HP, where he can transform that missing HP into a shield. He has to be out of sight. So like in bushes or something, or out of combat somewhere in the jungle or whatnot. Just out of sight, and he'll regen. And he also converts his bonus health into bonus damage instead. So that means all HP items you get, I don't know the scaling on that. They're not talking about the scaling. I wish they would put numbers in these ability reveals so you can get like a better feel of like what builds to expect here. We're gonna see some interesting builds is all I know right now. Without seeing any numbers, it's gonna be interesting. All right, let's see. Oh, dude, this Twisted Fate's piecing him up. That's half his HP in gray right there, man. So he just regened in the course of... How many seconds is that? Okay. Literally, the second he walked into the bush, he started instantly regenning the HP. So technically, if you break line of sight middle of combat, you will be regenning HP if... Okay. Now let's see how much time it takes. 8 seconds. Okay, so just under 4 seconds for him to regen, a little less than half of his HP bar there. Maybe a little less, a little more. That's insane right there. So, realistically speaking, you take a bad trade, but you're still looking to engage because, like, okay, your jungler's coming in for a gank. You go in, you try to chunk them down. You go in early, use your abilities. I don't know what cooldowns they have either. I haven't looked at any of their other abilities. You chunk them down. You might lose the trade. You go into the bush for a sec. They think, all right, we won that trade. We're set. We have lane priority. We have lane dominance now. They play a little aggressive. 4 seconds later, you're regen all the HP you just lost, and you're ready to go again, depending on how long your cooldowns are. So this is like a really good way to trick your lane opponents into making dumb plays. I like that, though. Easily abusable. Yep. So Q. Pyke stabs and greatly slows all enemies in front of him. That's if you tap it. So if you hold it, Pyke readies and then throws his harpoon, impaling the first enemy struck and pulling them a fixed distance towards him. So he always pulls them the same distance, fixed distance. So is that like... That's like Thresh Flay, right? It's always the same distance. Whether they're on top of them, they'll move back. In front of them, they'll move a certain fixed distance. Okay, let's see how it looks, though. That's a good range, dude. That's a little less than Thresh Hook. Yeah, it looks like Thresh Hook, but it works like Thresh Flay, it looks like. Oh, that's a decent chunk of damage, too. Oh, and the damage is the same, whether he taps it or holds it. Okay. This is going to be his primary damage and trading tool, as well as it looks like setting up for ganks, possibly. That's a slow slash a movement impairing technique, so that's pretty cool. Ghost Water Dive. He dives into spectral waters, entering camouflage and gaining a significant increase to his movement speed that decays over a few seconds. A significant increase. Camouflage hides Pyke from view while enemies remain outside his immediate area. Attacking or casting spells immediately ends camouflage. Looks like it works like Twitch Q. Camouflage, not true invisibility, so you can't like creep up right up somebody's butt, dude, and then just stab them. You have to work on having good positioning and use this to... Wait, entering camouflage. Oh, so you can W, too. You can W, and it'll proc your passive from being unseen, and you can heal back up. Okay, that's cool. How long is the duration? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 or 6 seconds? That's a pretty solid fucking duration right there. And that's a good chunk of movement speed, too. It looks like if you have somebody mid, like a Twisted Fate, or a Galio, or somebody who can set up ganks with like hard CC, if this champion is gone, he just covered like 3/4, 2/3 of river in like 5 seconds. If this champion is out of lane, bot lane, for 5 or 6 seconds, he literally could be mid lane. So this is definitely something you have to watch out for. This champion possibly like roaming for ganks in other lanes, especially with this versatility. It looks like keeping a pink ward down is going to be very, very, very necessary, depending on you know, where the lane's at and all that. That's really good though. Okay, Pyke dashes, leaving a drowned phantom. After a delay, the phantom returns to Pyke, damaging and stunning enemies it passes through. Okay, so this is a gap. This is the initiation, not the Q. So you want to use this to get in, and then Q for the slow, or if they flash away, Q to pull them back into you. Okay. And there's a little bit of time there, and it's not something you can trigger. Oh, you can... Oh, dude, that's nice. I really like when they add abilities into the game that interact differently with Flash. Where you can... It adds just like an extra skill ceiling. It raises the skill ceiling on plays you can do with this champion. That's really cool. That's really cool. What's the stun duration? It once again doesn't say, but... That's like a second and a half? Yeah, about a second. We don't know what rank... Okay. Yeah, we don't know what rank that is. For the sake of this video, they could have maxed it first. I don't know if it scales stun duration based on rank, scales damage based on rank, scales cooldown, whatever. We don't know anything. Very unspecific with all of these details so far. So it looks like you want to initiate with your W... stealth, go in, E for the stun, and then set up with your Q to bring anybody who tries to escape back in, or to slow, and for your damage. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Death from below. Pyke strikes in an X-shaped area, blinking to enemy champions and executing those below a certain flat amount of health. So it's a blink, not a dash. That means it can't be interrupted by Poppy's anti-dash thing. Executing those below a certain flat amount of health. So it's working like Garen's ult, working like Darius, essentially, in an X-shaped skill shot. Okay. Enemies in that X that are not executed take damage equal to that amount. Okay. When a champion dies in the X, the last ally to assist also gains full kill gold and kill credit? And he can instantly use it again for a short period? Oh, okay. This guy, they took Urgot's ult with the auto execute, like you are executed, you're done, you're dead. That's it, dude, you're done. And they combined it with the reset from Darius Dunk, and it shares gold, dude. All right, dude. All right, man. I'm on board. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's actual skill involved. Well, that's not. I guess that is pretty. That's a good range right there. Actually, you can probably cast it like way out here, and that'll hit. That's actually a good chunk of range. You can cover some decent territory with that. All right. And that's like a decent chunk of HP right there. Oh, if it's below that bar, they can get executed? That's a lot of damage, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't know, man. This is a very easily a kill lane support. This is one support though, like you will not be pissed if this guy takes the kills, because obviously you're getting them too. The only thing I can think of is you have to pick this into certain team comps or with a certain team comp. If you don't have a tanky top laner or you don't have a tanky jungler, you don't want to necessarily pick this champion because it looks like he requires some setup. With his passive, you can't build extra HP to look for survivability like you can on every other support. You want to be a bit of a follow-up, it looks like, because, you know, you don't have a super reliable form of hard engage. Your stun is on a timer. Your W is a camouflage, so you can't exactly, like, run into the middle of their team and without paying by getting one shot because you have such a low HP pool. But the damage you put out is pretty fucking nice. The execute especially. Executes in this game, they're frankly ridiculous. If you play this champ as a support and you fall behind early, your AD carry is going to be having the worst day of their lives. Because he does not look like he has the best kit for peeling. He looks like you want to engage, get those kills, get in there, and then get out, and then go back in. Like there's no shielding on this guy. There's no buddy system. This is the solo queue support, it looks like. If you want to set up a kill lane bot and snowball the game, this way you can take all the kills, you can become very strong, and you can carry the game from support. Quite literally carry the game from a support role while still allowing other people to get gold on your team to also potentially carry. Okay, let's see. Playing as Pyke, you're a cutthroat who cripples and kills, blah, blah, blah. Everyone you come across, stalking your victims with a ghost water dive, that's his W. Lurking right at the edge. Okay, with a bone skewer to butcher multiple people. Get even more aggressive by using Phantom Undertow. Here's the thing, though. If you initiate with your W, you can't use it to trigger your passive to regen HP if you take a bad trade. Same thing, like if you initiate with your Phantom Undertow, your stun, that's it. You're done. Like, the only way you're getting out of a fight is with a flash. So, leveraging your abilities, especially on such a low HP champion, is going to be really important. Finishing the job with death from below to clinch kills. Okay, so this is a level 7 sneaking up on a almost full HP Jarvan in the jungle. I'm Monka-essing right now. Did you see how much damage that was? That's a level 7. Granted, he was not full HP because of the Raptors. Okay, his stun. His stun and auto attack did a good quarter of his HP there. That execute combined with... That's a lot of damage, man. He just one-shot him, dude. The level 6 Pyke just one-shot Jarvan. Are you kidding me? Okay, dude. This is what yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. This is the playmaking, the hard carry support. If you get kills on this guy early against like a super squishy team, you're going to have a really fun time. Death is the best crowd control, and Pyke makes a great argument. And lane, he's constantly angling for the all-in. Yep, he needs the all-in. He needs to set up hooks and stuns to get kills. Better suited to a flank than a front line. Exactly what I said. You want somebody to initiate for you so you can set up, because you're so squishy. You can't frontline with this guy. Makes more picks than peels if he ends up doing a lot of murdering. Yeah, the gold sharing is going to be like, that's the key part of his entire play style, is you want the kills because you share the gold. He needs help with his homicides, injuring opponents by trading and poking. Doesn't look like it, dog, because he one-shot the full HP Jarvan under Jarvan's tower. So I don't know, man. Maybe, like, once again, it is the champion spotlight, so you do have to take it with a grain of salt. We don't know what Jarvan had in the build. We don't know what Pyke had in the build. We don't know what abilities he scaled or what Jarvan's cooldowns were or all that fun stuff. So taking it with a grain of salt, but he looks like he does a lot of damage and high mobility, low survivability. Yep. Honestly, let's see. Okay, so this is level 3, half HP Tristana against and a full HP Ashen Sona. Okay. Oh, we got a Rammus coming in for the gank. 1/3 of an HP by Rammus. All right. That's pretty standard, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, yeah, dude. That's the worst feeling in the world, man. That Q is insane. I like that. I like the way that Q looks. Yeah, looks good to me, man. Bone Skewer Harpoon always pulls your catch the same distance, which means charging up and spearing an enemy right in front of you will fling them backwards. Okay, yeah, so if like they're on top of you, you'll throw them behind you. Exactly how Thresh Flay works. Okay. Take a second to slip out of sight. Yeah, you can use your W to trigger your passive. You can step into a bush. You can literally just walk around a corner and it'll immediately start triggering. Put enemies in lane underwater. Don't hesitate to swim somewhere else to pick up kills. Exactly. Like, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, if you W, you can be mid lane in like 7-8 seconds. Double his mobility. Oh, and you can cross walls with your E. But if you cross walls with your E, you're obviously not going to be able to set up gank. So you're going to have to do this on other laners who can set up ganks for you. You're just there for the execute or for like the Q to secure the kill. I like how we can double as a jungler, because with the jungle nerfs coming up, it looks like jungler is going to be a less impactful role. So having supports like this, you can roam, share gold, and set up kills to let your other laners get leads as well. Looks like something that's going to be pretty cool to have in the game. So here's his base skin, it looks like. That's edgy as fuck, dude. And this one, the Shurima skin, dude. All right, okay. Just the random Shurima skin. I don't care too much about the lore. And that looks like it's it. So, yeah, that's Pyke. Don't know when he's going to drop, but I'm interested to play him. He looks like he fits my playstyle. I like the Leona's supports. I like the Thresh supports. I like getting in there. I like having action. This guy's going to be adding a different element to that, though, allowing you to provide kills for yourself and your team. And, you know, going to foster a different play style where you can't just go in willy-nilly and expect to survive 100% because you're playing a tank. You know, you have to pick your engages and pick this into certain team comps. But besides that, looks like it's fun. Can't wait to see the numbers. And looking forward to the release.